Well, hey there, air gunners. Welcome back. This is Zach from the Shooter Zone, where we are always staying on target. Well, today I have the Origin 25, and I'm going to do some testing on 2 slugs and 1 pellet. I started off today thinking I was going to do a comparison between 3 different grain pellets, or 3 different grain slugs, excuse me. 3 different grain slugs, 30 grain, 34 grain, 36 grain. I realize that that's probably not the best way to do it. And the reason why is this. FPS is going to change dramatically from pellet to pellet, which means it's going to be all over the place. And it didn't seem like that was necessarily as fair as a comparison. So what I'm going to do today is these are all 30 grain. And these are all H&N. I have a .249 30 grain slug, a .250 30 grain slug, and a 30.86 grain pellet, the Barracuda. And so I just think this may be a better way to go about it. Stick with a certain grain, then test variations of that to see what the differences are going to be. I have the hammer spring backed off from full max, 1/2 turn, and just on some preliminary testing, we're running about 900 feet per second. So we're going to see what we get out of each of these pellets here, and who knows? What that'll say, I don't know. You decide what that says, but the comparison is going to be the comparison in either case. I'm set up about 37 yards out, and it's a windy day, as you can probably see behind me. If you watched this video before, or these videos before, you know that it's always windy up here. Today is a little bit more gusty than normal. But hey, if you're out there hunting, you're going to have to deal with days just like this. So let's see what happens, and we can make some possible determinations based upon that. Going to be shooting at the left target first. You guys will see this a little bit closer than I will until I get the targets and bring them back. But let's see where we go here. If I didn't mention it, I am filled up all the way to 3,600 PSI on this. We're going to fill up after every 5-shot group just to make it even. And let's see where this goes. We're just looking for groupings mostly. That went right through the bull. First one was a little high. Sometimes that's the case on some of these, you know. I'm almost one to say get rid of the first one chambered. Then let's see where it goes from there. Just so you know, we're running 893 feet per second, the last one. That one's in the bull as well. Again, I've started this video a few times, so I forgot what I said and what I didn't say already in this one. But the targets out there, 10-meter targets, within the black is 1.25 inches. Within the red is 3/4 of an inch. Just so you know. These aren't large targets to begin with. That one's just grazing the bull as well. This is the last shot. All right, and looks like that one went high left as well. You know, sometimes testing pellets and slugs are frustrating. Again, that was the first one. I'm going to top back off on this, put 5 of the next slugs in there, which are going to be the 30 grain .25s, and we'll see what happens. Be back in a second. All right, we're back with the .250 30 grain slugs from H&N. Let's see what we get on this one. We're going to be shooting to the target on The second one over from the left, or the one in from the right, whatever you want to call it, and let's see what happens. Okay, well, that started off pretty good. Again, we're going to put 5 shots through it. That one's just off to the right. That one as well. Again, the wind is gusting here. That one is about as center as you can get. Well, again, it's not too bad. You know, again, I would like to have seen all 5 of those in the red there, but not bad. Not bad, again, at this distance. Alright, so I'm going to top off again. The next one we're going to do is the H&N Barracuda pellets. So, give me a second and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Again, the first 2 were slugs. We tested out the .249 30 grain all the way to the left. Then one over to the right, the .250 30 grains slug. And then the last is going to be the Barracuda 30.86 pellet. Again, the velocities are staying pretty consistent between these, being that the grains are pretty close. So we're staying around 900 feet per second. And let's run these last 5 through here and see what we got. Big gust here, so give me 1 second. We'll let this pass. Not that these are looking that great anyways, but come on. Well, let's let it go. Yeah, shouldn't have waited anyways, didn't matter. Alright, there we go. There are the 3 targets. Why don't you give me 1 second here? I'm going to go grab those and come back and we'll talk a little bit about them. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so the first one we had was the .249 30 grain. That's that one right there. Again, that's not too bad. The 2 floaters, again, the wind's pretty bad up here. That could just be that. I mean, it's that simple. When you're talking, you know, 35, 40 yard distance, the wind's all over the place. There's a building in between me and the targets. So, I mean, there's a lot of disruption there. But again, I think on a nice calm day, we could really pull that in a lot closer. Then I'm going to go to the last one we shot. which is the Barracuda pellets. Again, if we adjusted that in some, the top 4, you know, again, not too bad. On a calmer day, we could have probably sighted in for these and done pretty well also. But the last, the .25 30 grain, is this. This is the tightest of the two. Again, we got 3 shots that are really just about touching one another. The other 2 drop slightly to the right, but not as far as the .249s. And again, on a calm day, man, we probably could have really made some nice tight groups with these 30 grain .25s. So there you have it for that. Again, this probably isn't necessarily the way most people test pellets and slugs. I think typically they will pick variations of grain weights and do that. But again, to me, it was too inconsistent. I mean, the only way to do that consistently is to adjust the FPS so it's all pretty close amongst all the pellets you test, and then re-sight in for each one as well, because again, it could drop easily, you know, 2 or 3 inches when you go from the lightest pellet to the heaviest pellet. And again, there's too many variations in doing that. Once I tried to do that a little bit, I was just like, you know, this isn't going to work. This is not even a fair comparison between any of them. So I think this was a better way to do it. Alright, so again, .25 30 grain were the winner out of these. Again, we could test forever. Once you find a pellet that works in your ear rifle, my suggestion is just stick with the one pellet. If it's giving you the tightest groupings, there's no need to go to other pellets. I mean, yeah, you could always try another pellet to see, but the reality is we want to shoot the same pellets or slugs every single time we shoot. That'll give us the best consistency. We know it's going to do, and we can make small adjustments if we need to based upon how we know it's going to react to certain conditions. And that's my suggestion, and that's it for today. Hopefully you got something out of this. I don't know. Again, the wind was definitely an issue today, but maybe we'll try it again on another day when it's a little bit calmer and focus just on one pellet. But there you go for today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Just click on that little button below. That helps us out tremendously. If you haven't been to our Facebook page, again, this is the Shooter Zone on Facebook. Give it a like as well. And we'll be back soon. We have CO2 Tuesdays that we have a few more to go through. Today is the 4th of July, so if you're listening to this today, happy 4th of July. And we'll see you again soon. Take care now.